The drama surrounding Caitlyn Clark's meteoric rise has reached a level few could have predicted, and it's sending shockwaves through the world of women's sports. In her first season with the Indiana Fever, Clark didn't just make an entrance, she redefined what it meant to be a rookie in the WNBA, averaging 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game. She shattered records, rewrote expectations, and in doing so, elevated the visibility of the league itself. Stadiums swelled with fans. Television ratings surged by as much as 30% for games in which she played, and suddenly, women's basketball had a figure who could capture the imagination of casual viewers and die-hard fans alike. Yet while Clark's dominance on the court cemented her status as a generational talent, her influence was never meant to be confined to a single sport. In an unprecedented move, she stepped into the world of golf, participating in the LPGA's Onaka Prom, and immediately became the focal point of a spectacle that merged two major sporting worlds. Her debut in the LPGA was nothing short of spectacular. Paired with Nelly Korda, the world's top female golfer, Clark commanded attention not merely through skill but through presence. The Pelican Golf Club, which might not typically draw massive crowds for a prom, became a stage for thousands to witness her swing, her poise, and the magnetic aura that has come to define her career. Golf legends and organizers alike were quick to recognize her impact. From the applause of fellow competitors to praise from Jay Monahan, the commissioner of the PGA Tour, Clark's crossover into golf was being treated as an extraordinary event. Her combination of athletic excellence, charisma, and fan engagement highlighted an undeniable truth. Caitlyn Clark is more than an athlete. She is a cultural phenomenon whose influence can ripple across sports and leagues in ways that few could orchestrate or predict, yet not everyone welcomed this crossover with open arms. Inside the WNBA, a storm was quietly brewing. League insiders expressed frustration and even irritation, perceiving Clark's attention in golf as overshadowing her contributions to the league that drafted her. The Rookie of the Year award, a recognition that should have been a grand celebration, was presented in relative obscurity, underscoring what many saw as the WNBA's missed opportunity. In contrast to the LPGA's strategic embrace of Clark, the WNBA's cautious approach seemed almost oblivious to the marketing and cultural potential she embodied. Fans noticed, voices online grew louder, and viral tweets underscored a simple yet damning reality. While Clark's star was rising, the WNBA seemed content to let other organizations reap the benefits of her transcendent appeal. The contrast between the two leagues could not have been starker, as one league meticulously staged a masterclass in promoting a crossover talent, while the other appeared hesitant, restrained, and in the eyes of many, asleep at the wheel. The tension between the WNBA and LPGA is not just about missed marketing opportunities. It represents a larger struggle within women's sports: how to balance league integrity, star power, and cultural visibility. Clark's influence is undeniable. She doesn't merely play. She creates spectacles, brings new fans into arenas, and generates stories that captivate mainstream media. Her rivalry with Angel Reese, both in college and now in the WNBA, only amplified the attention surrounding her, transforming ordinary games into must-watch events. The LPGA recognized this immediately, pairing Clark with top talent and ensuring media coverage that highlighted both her skill and her ability to attract new audiences. The strategic brilliance was evident, and the message sent was clear: embracing Clark's crossover potential elevates everyone involved. Meanwhile, the WNBA stands at a crossroads. Leaders like Kathy Engelbert have emphasized unity over individual stardom. Yet the league faces the question of whether cautious conservatism is stifling the very growth it seeks. Clark's rising influence is an opportunity to redefine not just the league's image, but also its reach. And by failing to celebrate her adequately, the WNBA risks letting other organizations and other sports set the standard for how women's athletic talent should be showcased. The league has, in essence, created a vacuum that the LPGA was only too happy to fill. By giving Clark a stage where she could shine, golf didn't just borrow a star. It demonstrated how to build excitement, engage fans, and leverage the charisma of a generational talent for cultural impact. The optics were undeniable. Social media buzzed, crowds flocked, and conversations that might have centered on basketball now included golf, crossover appeal, and the untapped potential of women's sports marketing. Caitlyn Clark's journey embodies the possibilities and tensions of modern sports stardom. She has redefined what it means to be a rookie in basketball, shattered records, and brought unprecedented attention to the WNBA. Then, by stepping into the LPGA, she became a bridge between sports. showing fans that athletic talent transcends the boundaries of a single game. Her rise exposes not just her own exceptional abilities, but also the gaps and opportunities in how sports organizations treat their rising stars. The LPGA's embrace of Clark stands as a blueprint, highlighting how leagues can amplify visibility, foster excitement, and create cultural moments that resonate far beyond the playing field. In contrast, the WNBA's muted response reflects a league still grappling with how to balance tradition, individual achievement, and fan engagement in an era where attention is the most valuable currency. The implications of Clark's crossover reach far beyond simple marketing or fandom. They touch on the evolution of women's sports as a whole, challenging leagues to reconsider how they celebrate talent, generate engagement, and build cultural relevance. Clark's presence draws spectators who may never have considered following women's basketball or golf. Yet her appeal bridges both worlds, creating a unique moment where athleticism and charisma combine to elevate an entire sporting landscape. For the WNBA, this is more than a missed celebration, it is a wake-up call. A challenge to step up and treat its brightest stars as the icons they are, giving them the recognition, media coverage, and fanfare they deserve. The LPGA has set the standard, and now it is up to basketball's premier women's league to respond. As Caitlyn Clark continues to dazzle across multiple sports, the story is far from over. Her influence grows with every game, every swing, and every headline, challenging leagues, fans, and competitors to rethink the potential of crossover stardom. Will the WNBA rise to the occasion, embracing its most electrifying talent with the same intensity as the LPGA? Or will it continue to play it safe, letting others define the narrative? One thing is certain, Caitlyn Clark is more than just a player. She is a phenomenon, a cultural force, and a living case study in how sports, media, and star power intersect. The question now is how the leagues will respond, and whether they can keep pace with a talent who refuses to be confined. What do you think? Should the WNBA step up and fully embrace Caitlyn Clark's star power? Or is the cautious approach working in their favor? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with all the latest drama, analysis, and stories shaping women's sports today.